This is Kenneth Yates with MMAabsolute.com, and we're joined via Skype with world class wrestler Jake Clark, who is actually opening a wrestling school here in Hawaii. And for the people out there that might not be familiar with Mr. Clark, we're talking about a person that is a world class World Cup champion, Pan Am silver medalist, 6-time U.S. national champion, 2004 Olympic alternate, 2007 Olympic hopeful, not to mention the many other accolades that he's accomplished. And he's one of the trainers or coaches that guys like BJ Penn, Kendall Grove, King Molowall, Nate Marquardt. I mean, we could go on and on naming all these fighters, but he's the guy that they call when they need help getting ready for a fight. Mr. Clark, first of all, thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. We know how busy you can be with your schedule. But for the people out there that are wanting to, pick up these classes, talk a little bit about your school and what you're going to be offering, the location, stuff like that.
Yeah, I just got to Hawaii about 3 weeks ago, and we're in the process of building the club right now. The practices are going to be up at Kamehameha High School here in Honolulu. We're going to be doing training sessions for kids of all ages, from 5 up until 18, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then we're going to do some other activities on Saturdays. Um, I'm super excited about the opportunity to come here to the islands and help build the sport of wrestling. Take my experiences, my knowledge from the sport, um, bring it here. And right now we're starting off at Kamehameha. By no means is this only for the wrestlers there at Kamehameha.
Mm-hmm.
This is open to everybody. I mean, I'm here to help any way I can. We're starting off in Honolulu, but eventually, as the ball gets rolling, I'm planning on bouncing around the islands here, getting over to Maui, the Big Island, Molokai, doing as much as I can
Mm-hmm.
to provide some opportunities to the wrestlers here.
Definitely. And will this be a full-time thing for you? Because, like we said, you're constantly training the MMA fighters, the top dogs. Will you be kind of juggling this, or is this gonna be full-time for you?
Yeah, wrestling itself is pretty much full time for me. Whether I'm training, whether I'm coaching youth or MMA fighters, But I love the sport. I'm very grateful for all the opportunities it's provided me. So I'm planning on putting a lot of time into the program, but I'm in the process of training to make that Olympic team next year, the 2012 Greco-Roman Olympic team, and
Cool.
that's my main priority right now is putting a lot of time into that. But I feel coaching helps my training.
Ah,
When I'm working with kids or any adults, whatever, teaching the sport, you have to practice what you preach,
yeah.
and going through and explaining the moves. I've wrestled for 27 years, and sometimes when I'm teaching a move, I catch on to something that I've never even noticed before. And uh, I'm going to be putting a lot of time into my own training. Going to be putting a lot of time into the wrestling club, I've also I transferred from the University of Minnesota to Kapiolani Community College here. I was in the military for about 10 years, and I'm using the GI Bill to get a degree and planning on building a nonprofit where I'd be using sports to bring some opportunities to the rest of the islands in the Pacific. And I've got a lot of plans, but I've been to Hawaii a handful of times now. To work with BJ, Kendall, a lot of the guys out here, and the people have been great to me. I love the way of life. I'm from Minnesota where it snows a lot. Thankfully, I don't have it here except on Mauna Kea, but I don't plan on going up there at all. I stay away from the snow as much as I can. But it's just I feel so productive here, and I just feel there's a lot I can do to help build the sport, and I'm really excited about doing that. So
And when did you make the decision to, open a school in Hawaii? Because, like you said, you're from Minnesota, but what what helped you decide to open it here in Hawaii?
It's kind of funny. The other times I'd been out here, whether it was to the Big Island with BJ, here with BJ for a couple of his camps, over on Maui with Kendall. Um, it's always seemed like my trips were only supposed to be about 2 to 3 weeks. I ended up staying for like 2 to 3 months every time, and it's just been. I really don't even know. I've spent so much time here, and I forgot the question. Sorry. What was that?
No, what made you decide to open the school up here in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. It's just being that I've been here so many times. All of these guys inviting me here. I was only supposed to stay for a couple weeks at a time. Eventually, I'd stay for 2 to 3 months, and always had that itch that maybe I should come here and bring my knowledge, bring my contacts that I have with the sport of wrestling, and see what I can do out here. I put a lot of thought into it, but I never pulled the trigger on it. A couple weeks ago, actually about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was laying in bed, and I was thinking, I would make the move here, but I need training partners. I have to, I'm chasing a childhood dream of mine in hoping to represent the U.S. in the next Olympics, and I have to make sure that a big priority for me right now. So that's one of the difficult things is I've never really had any wrestling training partners here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now things have changed. I've got another training partner that decided to make the move with me. I was laying in bed and I was thinking, I was like, I've got to do this. And I asked God that night. I said, hey, God, I'm really feeling this is something that a way I could give back to the sport of wrestling. I said, show me some signs. I want to know what I need to do. This is a huge move for me to do it. In the next week, there were 5 different signs that popped up. The next day, it was crazy. I was at the gas station in my hometown in Minnesota, and I'm pulling up to get some gas, and this van right next to me says Honolulu Vending Company. Minneapolis to Honolulu. And that was the next day. I've never seen this thing before. I even Googled Honolulu Vending Company with Minneapolis. Nothing came up.
Wow.
I mean, it's unreal. The next day, I was out at the University of Minnesota. I pull up to a stoplight. This truck was there. It said Aloha Landscaping. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I asked for these signs. They're coming my way,
Mm-hmm.
And I contacted the shipping companies and said, hey, how much is it to ship a vehicle? They told me the price, and about a week later, I was making that drive from Minneapolis to LA, shipped my vehicle out, got on a plane, and
Wow.
I'm here.
Cool. And now your brother, who is also a world class wrestler, will he be involved in this school?
Definitely. I mean, one of the things that I feel I'm going to be able to bring to the islands is not that I'm here working with these kids, but I'm also going to have a lot of different people, throughout the year coming in that are going to be able to help with this, including my brother, including other world and Olympic medalists, including some of the top collegiate wrestlers that we have. We're in Hawaii. I mean, who doesn't want to come to Hawaii?
Definitely.
But better yet, who doesn't want to come to Hawaii, vacation, and train at the same time? So,
Yeah.
I'm hoping on making that happen, and I'm sure my brother will be out here as well as a handful of other guys that I've already contacted that are all interested in coming out. So.
Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate you taking the time out to talk with us. Is there anything you would like to close with? Any shout outs to anybody or any last words?
Yeah, I know I appreciate the time as well. This is I've got some big plans for what I feel I can do here. Definitely going to need the help of anybody that's interested in bringing anything to this project that they feel they can help with, whether it's a sponsorship for our club, whether it's internet skills. If somebody has skills for a website and they want to help, any other people that want to coach possibly that work with us. I have big plans. I just need to find the right people that are willing to help build this with me, and I'm excited for the opportunities that we're going to be able to provide the wrestlers here in Hawaii, and that's about it. If you can look for us on Facebook, it's High Flyers, HI, and then Flyers, FLYERS, or myself. Look for me on Facebook, Jake Clark. So.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Clark, and I'm pretty sure when the word gets out, a lot of people will be getting in touch with you, and we wish you all the best, and thank you again for your time.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Mahalo.